Morning, everybody. This is Rick Geiler with SilverSide Insurance Marketing here. And today we have on with us Luke Lucas and Rob Webb. They're from the Sagicor Home Office. And they're going to get into the new simplified issue process at Sagicor that just got rolled out a couple weeks ago. And it is working to make the issue of life insurance transactional. So instead of looking at 2, 3, 4 week or more turnaround times, we're looking at a number of days, maybe even 24 to 48 hours as far as getting universal life and traditional continuous pay whole life issued. So we're really excited about that. We're looking to add it to our product mix. And the thing we want to keep in mind on here is these products are competitive rates. This isn't late night infomercial guaranteed issue type products. This is non-med, which doesn't mean guaranteed issue. It means no fluids, no blood draws, no in-depth underwriting. So I'm going to touch real quick here on a couple things. Yeah, here we go. This is what Rob and Luke are going to get into in a little bit for us here, and particularly we're going to look at the e-application. Luke is going to show us just the high points. It sounds a little bit imposing, the application, but really once you take a look at it, it's really pretty simple. So what I wanted to touch on real quick, most of you guys out there with SilverSide have gotten to know Sagicor because of the fixed index single premium whole life. Right? It wouldn't do justice to a Sagicor presentation if we didn't at least touch that for a second here. That is still one of the hottest products out there on the market. It's very, very competitive with the simplified issue. It's not the exact same simplified issue that Luke and Rob are going to tell us about, but it is a phone interview issue rather than any kind of fluids or meds or anything like that. 10% premium bonus. It has 3 index crediting strategies, so this thing grows. It's not like some of the stagnant death benefit products we see out on the market, and that could be a big advantage with a lot of us wondering if inflation may be coming in the next decade or so. So this is whole life with guaranteed cash value, guaranteed death benefit, and it's got the accelerated benefit for terminal or chronic condition. Most of your life insurance is going to have some kind of a terminal condition. The chronic condition benefit at Sagicor, 2 of 6 activities of daily living. If you need substantial help with that, that's the trigger, and you can draw in cash against that death benefit. That's a powerful, powerful feature. It makes it one of the strongest products of this type on the market. You don't have to be confined in a nursing home. You don't have to be receiving certified home health care, any of those kinds of things. So just to remind everybody, that is still out there, and that is still one of the most powerful tools on the market. Also, we have the 7-pay version of that. We like that a lot for qualified money or something where you don't have a lump sum to fund the single-pay version. You still get the same great index crediting strategies. You still get the same great illness benefit. So if you need to know more about that, make sure you talk to your marketer here at SilverSide, and we can go through some illustrations and some applications for that. And then the single-pay product with the 10% bonus and the index crediting, that issues to age 85, but there's a great interest sensitive, which means it's just simple crediting. Here's what your rate is, and that will vary with current interest rates over the years, but it still has that same great liquidity, and it still has the same great illness benefit. So don't forget about those. We still do a lot of business with those products from Sagicor. What we're talking about today, though, let me back up a couple of slides here as I'm going to introduce Rob, and he's going to give us some of the high points of the products, and then Luke is going to give us some of the high points of the actual e-application. So this is what we're here to talk about today, and let me see, do I have you available there, Rob?
Yeah, I believe I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you. I will go ahead and switch this over to you, and make you a presenter on this, and we can see what you have to tell us about the process here. Okay, you should have it, Rob.
Let me click my button here. All right. Well, we want to thank Rick and your group there at SilverSide. You guys have been great partners with Sagicor through the years, and I want to thank you for this opportunity to talk to the folks about this Life Simplified, our new simplified issue process. And our new simplified process, it's available on the Platinum Series No Lapse Universal Life and our Gold Series Whole Life products. And we're going to do a quick review of those two products right off the bat here. We've got the Gold Series Whole Life. It's a non-participating whole life containing guaranteed level premiums, guaranteed cash value accumulation, and a guaranteed death benefit. It works well for the junior to senior market. It's permanent. It's a permanent lifetime plan. Also works well for estate planning. You got loans available. There's matures at attained age 100. There is a policy fee, but that fee is fully commissionable, as you'll see there. The risk classes that are available: standard, juvenile, preferred non-tobacco, standard plus non-tobacco, standard non-tobacco, preferred, and standard tobacco. And there are a couple of riders on this product. Inherent rider, accelerated death benefit, that's built in. It's a terminal condition benefit that's built in. There's also the optional accidental death benefit rider, which is a waiver of premium. Continuing with the Gold Series, the bands are listed here. These are new for this product. So the juvenile band 1 is issue ages 15 days to 17 years, and that's for face amounts of $25,000 to $100,000. Now that's a change with this product. Before this was a product that started at face value of $5,000. It is now a minimum of $25,000 face, and it goes up to $100,000 for the juvenile. Band 1, ages 18 to 85, again $25,000 up to $100,000. Band 2 is ages 18 to 85, $101,000 to $250,000. Now here's another point of interest here for you folks. You know, a lot of times people will talk in round numbers when they're talking about face amounts of insurance. I want $100,000 worth of coverage. Well, in this case, what you'll want to do, and Luke will illustrate this when he does his part, but our bands start at $101,000. This band starts at $101,000. So if you got somebody that wants $100,000 worth of face, you do yourself a favor to add $1 to that. And again, we'll show you what effect that has on the pricing. But it flips them over into a new band. It should be better pricing for them. Also, the underwriting here, juvenile as express issue. That's a, I can't see my thing here. That's a 9-question app, and those are knockout questions, but that's all it is. It's just the application. There's no telephone interview. Bands 1 and 2, ages 18 to 65, are simplified issue, which we're going to talk about that process in more detail in a moment. And then bands 1 and 2 is ages 66 to 85 is fully underwritten. Okay, basically those would be out of the age band up for the simplified issue. Okay, and next page here, some sample policy information. If you can go to that last one, there's a age 75 standard non-tobacco. If you wanted $25,000, now this would be a fully underwritten because of his age, but his guaranteed annual premium is $3,096.41. 45-year-old male, preferred non-tobacco, for $100,000. His annual premium is going to be $1,841.25. You can see that right there. Okay. And we're going to switch over to the no lapse universal policy. This is a competitively designed, flexible premium universal life insurance. It's affordable insurance coverage for life. It really is effective using this product to compare with term insurance. Obviously, the benefit here is you get coverage for life with level premiums. Designed and built with built-in lapse protection, it offers a dial-in for a specific period of death benefit protection for enhanced planning flexibility. Really would encourage you to take a look at the illustrator on this product. It's very, very flexible. You can do a lot of things with this to create some customized coverage for your clients. Okay. Underwriting for the no lapse universal issue ages are 15 days to 85 years. The minimum face amount again is $25,000. There is no maximum on this policy. And six risk classes are listed there, and the death benefit face amount bands are listed there as well. So here, if for instance we get the juvenile band, again 25 to 100,000 is express issue. Band 1 ages 18 to 85, from 25 to 100,000 is simplified issue. The simplified issue portion of that is ages 18 to 65. So again, if they're 18 to 65 and they're looking at 25,000 to 100,000, they're going to get simplified issue. Full underwriting would be ages 66 to 85. Okay, so if they're out of the age, if they're over 65, they're going to be fully underwritten. And also, we'll see here later, if they're over 250, they're going to be fully underwritten based on the dollar amount. Okay, bands 3 is again fully underwritten. Amounts $250,001 up to $500,000 is fully underwritten, and then of course it keeps going from there. Now these different bands down here, 3, 4, and 5, are varying degrees of fully underwritten. So we'll have more details about that on our website, but it's different, varying degrees of fully underwritten when we get into that into those age brackets and those dollar amounts. The features of this product: it's got an inherent accelerated benefit rider. It's got 1 penalty-free withdrawal per policy year, and policy loans are available. Now, there is a surrender charge on this policy. It's a 20-year surrender. It's based on a per thousand face amount, varies by issue age, gender, and smoking status. There's additional riders available. There's the accidental death benefit rider, children's term rider, and a waiver of monthly premium rider. Okay. You want to, as with all our products, you want to check our availability chart on our website to make sure that the product is available in your state. Now we're going to talk about the simplified issue underwriting guidelines. And the key to this whole process is we're looking for healthy lives between the ages of 18 to 65. That's where this thing is positioned to price well at. The simplified application has 7 medical knockout questions. Okay. You can do this via paper or electronic submission via our eSAP program that Luke's going to talk about here in a few minutes. And it also includes a short tele-interview. Here's kind of a simple 10-step process with this new simplified issue. First, obviously, you're going to qualify your client for the simplified issue program, take a look at their age and general health. And then producer's going to complete part 1 of the simplified issue application, again, either by the eSAP, electronic simplified application process, or a paper application. Producer will then call Hooper Homes for the tele-interview. So you, as the producer, will initiate this phone call, okay? And you'll have that phone number. We'll give you that phone number in a little bit. And at this point, if you are using the eSAP, or the electronic simplified application, you can go ahead and upload that part 1 of the application. During the Hooper Homes will then conduct this tele-interview, and then will ask for the producer to be put back on the phone. Hooper Homes will give you the decision at that time if they qualified and at what level they qualified for. Producer would obviously then inform the client of the decision. Producer then would package up part 1 of the paper application and any related forms and any prepayment, and we'd send that off to Sagicor. Of course, if there's payment, you would want to mail that in. If there's no payment, you could fax that paperwork into Sagicor. If you're using the eSAP, of course, you would have already uploaded part 1 of the application, and all related forms, of course, would be uploaded with that. Number 7, Sagicor mails the policy to the producer, and then the producer, number 8, would deliver the policy to the client, and at that point, you would get part 2 and any other forms that were needed based on the delivery requirements. You'd get all those forms signed, Then you would fax or mail that information back to Sagicor, and then Sagicor, the most important step there, number 10, would pay the commission. So here's some important information for you guys. First off, the Hooper Homes, or this simplified issue tele-interview number, is 866-867-6973. That's a number you'll need. Also, a great resource is our website, www.sagicorlifeusa.com. Hopefully you guys are familiar with how to log on to the producer side. Another good resource is our Producer Resource Center. Their phone number, 888-724-4267. Option 2, that's Rita Morris and her group of product resources. A great resource for questions that you may have. And of course, you're always welcome to give myself. My name is Rob. You can reach me at extension 6180, and then Luke's at 5431. Of course, you've got the good folks at SilverSide. Those folks have always been on top of all our processes and things like that. So be sure to give those guys a call. Now I need to switch this over to Luke. He's good.
Hopefully you guys can see my screen now.
Yes, we can.
All right. Well, I want to thank Rick and his group for having us on and giving us the ability to explain our simplified issue process, and hopefully that we can earn your business. In order to be able to utilize the eSAP application, you need to be able to run the illustration software from your website, your agent website, which is available on that SagicorLifeUSA.com website. If you guys need help, you can always call us, or you can get a hold of Rick's group there, and they can walk you through how to run the illustration. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how the illustration works real quick and show you how you get to the eSAP application. You're going to start your illustration by clicking on that new illustration. You're going to go to the FISPWL, and then you're going to put in your client's name, and everything that you put in here will populate to the eSAP once you get to there. So we're going to put in one thing that you want to be sure of is, in order to utilize the eSAP, you've got to have internet access, and your client needs to have an email address, because when you submit it, they're going to agree to an electronic submission, and then they're going to receive their information back from Sagicor as an electronic PDF. One thing you want to make sure of is there's the 3 risk class for non-tobacco. You've got the preferred non-tobacco, standard plus, and then standard non-tobacco. What we've been told, most clients are going to fall into the standard plus non-tobacco, so I would recommend rating them at that. If you want to be very conservative, you could always rate them as a standard non-tobacco, and then depending upon how the interview goes, if they come back standard plus or preferred, then you're not having to resell it. Actually, you could, if they agree to the monthly premium, you could just increase their face amount and give them more coverage for the same amount of money, and be a hero in both instances. Like I said, you have to have access to the internet, and the client needs to have an email address. One of the things you need to be aware of is how they're going to pay. If they're going to pay monthly, you need to make sure that you change your premium mode to monthly. And if you notice over here to the side under the summary values, that tells you what the no-lapse monthly premium is going to be. Now, when we were talking about the bands, you can see we're talking about 100,000 on this simplified issue, but if we move it to just 100,001, you can see that what the premium is going to do. We're at 102.81 at 100,000, and just by adding $1, you're going to decrease his premium to 83.30. So if they like the 102 premium, if that's not too much, then you could go in and increase their face amount to where they're still paying the 102, or you could reduce their premium down to that 83.30. So in order to get to the e-application, you're going to go to the report section, and actually if you click on the application page, it's going to give you to where you could create the application, but if you notice you've got a red X, and that basically tells you that you've got to save the application, or the illustration first before you can get to the e-app. So we're going to click save. You're going to put that in there. You're going to put the name in it so you can find it and hit save, and then that's going to get you to the application. I've already saved one in here under Mr. Bass. So if you're working with your client and you've gone in and you've done all the preparation on the application, you put in his address, everything, you filled everything out, and all you're going to need to do is work with your client. The way to find your application that you saved, you're going to hit go to, you're going to go down to my cases, and because we're working with applications, you go over here to under case management and click on applications. That's going to give you all the applications that you have saved, and then you're going to find your Mr. Bass, and then you're going to go over here and you're going to click View App. So that's going to bring up the application that you've already saved. And as you can see, right here tells you how much of the applications you've got completed. I went ahead and left a few of the boxes blank so that you could see how to do it. The first 2 pages are going to be just instructions that help guide you through the application. So as you go through each page, if there's anything missing, you're going to see a little red comment box. It won't have anything in it. It's just be red, and that means there's something on that page that you've missed. There's going to be several boxes that you need to fill out. Like I said, I tried to speed this up by having a lot of it populated already. One of the things that you're going to want to make sure you put in there is what risk class you quoted them. It's not going to automatically populate from the illustration. So we ran it at standard plus. So you're going to put that in there so that the new business department knows how you ran the illustration, in case it doesn't match what they were qualified for through Hooper Homes. Again, you see the red circle. That means we haven't filled out everything on this page. Here are the 7 questions that are knockout questions for your client. If they can answer no to all of these, then they can proceed to the next process, which is going to be the interview by Hooper Homes. These are available on the website. You can look at these. Basically, the only one that's really going to make a difference is when they answer. Some people have had heart attacks, early on in their life, but they're taking prescription drugs in order to prevent it from happening again. The question is, in the past 24 months, have they been diagnosed as having or advised to have treatment for? Well, if a person's had a heart attack, let's say 10 years ago, and they're still taking medication for it, you're still going to be able to answer no to that because they haven't been diagnosed and they haven't been recently been told to treat that. So you could go ahead and answer no to that question, and then in the interview process, they're going to drill down, and that's what's going to determine whether or not they fall within a standard or standard plus. If your client tells you, yeah, I had a heart attack 10 years ago, I'm on a certain medication, you should realize that they're not going to get a preferred rate. They may still be able to get a standard plus rate, but they're not going to get a preferred rate. Likewise, if they're taking medication to control high blood pressure, I would not recommend quoting them at preferred, because I doubt that they're going to get a preferred rate if they're taking medication for high blood pressure. So we're going to go ahead and fill out the rest of the application. Anywhere that there's a circle, you're going to fill out every place that has the red boxes. Left this one blank because you can do this over the phone. If you're going to do the eApp, you can do it over the phone. If you're going to do a paper app, it must be in person. So in this instance, let's say we're doing it over the phone. We know the guy, so we want to do it over the phone. We don't want to travel that 100 miles to make this sale. And all you have to do is in the explanation, just put that you are doing the eApp. And Sagicor will understand what that is, and they'll go ahead and process that. Purpose of the insurance, income, protection, whatever it is. And so we continue to fill this app out. And there's going to be a lot more than what you're just seeing with me here. But it's pretty much, it's going to keep you from not filling out everything. You won't be able to submit it until you have it all filled out. Now we've got the part 1 of the application completely filled out. This is going to show up just so that you can go over the questions with your client so that they have an idea of what they're going to be asked. You do not fill this part out. Hooper Homes fills it out. If you fill it out, they're not going to accept it. But so just know this is just for your reference only. You're going to continue on to be able to get the application completely filled out. Like I said, I just left a few just so that I could show you things, how to know whether you're missing anything or not. You're still looking for that red circle, comment circle there. So I've missed something here. Basically, this page tells the client that they're agreeing to have it electronically signed and receive the information back from Sagicor electronically. So that if they don't want to have it, then you're going to have to print off the application. You're going to have to do the or meet with them and then send the application in via fax or mail. So and then this section here is just another verification that they understand that it's going to be electronically accessed and they're going to receive everything electronically. So once they agree to all that, we've got it 100%, and as you can tell, the next tab is blued. So this is how we go about getting our signatures. So if they don't want to do it electronic, an e-signature, you're going to decline it. You're going to print off the pages, all the pages, have them sign it, and then you're going to fax it in or mail it in and then process it that way. You're still going to have to wait on Hooper Homes to do the second part of the application, and then but so if your client is internet savvy, more than likely they're going to want to do it just eApp and e-signature. So you're going to e-sign it. And you're going to start off with the insured. Now, if they're with you, if they're working in your office or you're in their home and you have access to the internet, you're going to sign now. If you're doing it over the phone, you're going to send email requests, and what that's going to do is going to send them everything that they need to look at. They're going to e-sign it at their home, and then it'll come back to you in an email saying that they signed everything. So we're just going to show you how it is as if they're doing it in your office. And we're going to verify that everything that we put on there is correct. And if we did everything, it gives us this page here, and in order, they just need to review everything. If you've done it side by side, then you've already gone over everything and everything's correct. All they need to do is click on the, just go straight down the list. You click on that says that they've reviewed the application and everything's correct. They e-sign it right then. Just keep going down the list, and that's how they're going to e-sign it. Once that's done, they're gonna sign it, and then put in their name and their city, and that they consent to the e-signature, and that they're finished. Next, you just go and do your part, and it's the same process. You're just going to go down each category. You're going to e-sign it. So now the client has signed it, you've signed it. Now we need to get back to where we can submit the application. So you're going to click this back to application button, and that's going to bring up the next tab, which is a review tab. Now, some marketers are going to want to review the app before it's sent in. Most of you guys will not be sending it in for review. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click request review, and this gives you the option of declining the review or actually send the request to the reviewer. We're just going to decline the review, and then that's going to get us to the next tab to where we can submit the application. All right. And in order to submit it, you're going to click on that tab. You're going to go down to submit. And once it's submitted, it's going to give you a response that you have transmitted successfully. Now, if you happen to not get that notice, you can go up here to App Info, click on it, go down to History, and then you can see what's happened to that application. You've sent it in, they received it, and so it is there, and it's just in the process of being checked and then issued. Now it is, we do require that the agent make the initial contact of Hooper Homes. You have to call them, and if you're with your client at that time, you can put the client on the phone and they'll do the interview at that time, and then afterwards they'll give the phone back to you, and then they'll give you what risk class they qualify for. Hooper Homes hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Friday is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. They're closed on the weekend. So if you're doing an application after hours or on the weekend, you still go ahead and do the application, and then on Monday you would call Hooper Homes, give them the information about your client. They're going to call your client, do the interview, and then they'll call you back and tell you what risk class that they qualify for. That is my presentation. If you have any questions, you guys can always give us a call and we can walk you through it. Hopefully you find that this e-signature process is going to be beneficial to you. And I'm going to turn it back over.
Thanks, Luke. Yeah, I have a few questions that have come in. Most of those look like something we should handle on a one-on-one. As far as state availabilities, one big thing we're picking up is it's tomorrow, Luke, that California is coming online with the with this process. Is that right?
Actually, it's Thursday the 15th.
Oh, Thursday is the 15th.
Thursday the 15th, yes.
Okay, so we'll have California, and then we'll have a pretty broad reach geographically there. Is there any other changes coming down the road? I know there's been some talk. There's a few things on the drawing board as far as where Sagicor wants to go with this concept. Is there anything we need to talk about today, or should we just deal with that when it comes in here and down the road?
Well, I do want to mention that the eSAP is available for the fully underwritten whole life and no lapse UL as well. So if they have somebody that's 66 that is, wanting between 25 and 100,000 coverage, they can still do the eSAP online and submit it that way. Now, there is no phone interview for the fully underwritten. And like Rob was saying, our fully underwritten, depending upon the face amount, will vary as to what's going to be done. On 25 to 100,000, there's no paramed. It's strictly they're going to pull up MIB, pharmaceutical. They may pull an APS just to verify anything that they find on the the MIB and the IntelliScript. But there is no phone interview on the fully underwritten product or that process. Right,
gotcha. Okay, so right now we're talking for the simplified issue, we're talking ages 18 to 65 and up to 250,000 face amounts for the simplified process. Above and beyond that, we get into various degrees of full underwriting or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Okay.
And then also on the juvenile, there is no phone interview either. It's an application only. And like Rob said, it is truly a knock. If they answer yes to any of those 9 questions, it is a knockout application.
Okay. And we're looking at turnaround times as short as maybe 48 hours on these. If the eSAP comes in good order and the phone interview and everything gets taken care of, we can get these in and out the door in as quickly as a couple of days.
Rob?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. That'll turn around.
Okay.
I mean, the eSAP, there's no way, with that eSAP, if you get to the submission button, it's going to be in good order. So it's going to be populated and it's going to be in good order. That's one of the pluses with that e-application process is the forms are all legible and you can't make a mistake because the system won't let you. So yeah, once that gets in and Hooper Home gets back to us with the responses on the tele-interview, we can process that and get it turned around, in a couple of days.
Okay. And I was playing around with the Illustrator and I was comparing some of the rates we were seeing to some of the other, mostly the ULs I was playing with. And these rates are competitive, guys. You might not, more so I would say on the Standard Plus and the Preferred window. I think it looked like on the Standard window with Sagicor, you're picking up a lot of people right around the standard to table rated, and there's a wide availability there, and I think we can get a lot of people approved for the standard. But it looked to me like really if you're in strong enough health that you could at least get a Standard Plus, the rates I was seeing from Sagicor was very, very competitive with underwritten products from the big universal life carriers out there. And you get to bypass the entire process of fluids and underwriting and all that and scale it down to just a 10-minute phone interview and get these issued in a couple of days rather than a couple of weeks or sometimes even a couple of months. So that's really what we're looking to offer here is a transactional life insurance sale. So with that, do you guys have anything to add, or if we have any other developments come along here that everybody needs to know about, we'll get them out one piece at a time, or at some point down the road when we tweak this quite a bit, we'll maybe do another presentation if we can, if we have a lot of information to share. In the meantime, everybody, numbers right there on the screen. Give your marketer here at SilverSide a call, 480-998-1286. And I'd like to thank Luke and Rob for being with us today and making themselves available for follow-up. Yeah.
Eric, if you could pass the thing back over to me, because I've got at least one more slider. I'd like to talk to him about the incentive program that we've got going.
Yes, we have the incentive program. Let's take a look at that real quick here.
Okay, let me just go there. Okay, guys, thanks to Luke for going through that eSAP process. I will also remind you that on our website there is a very, very, almost too detailed PowerPoint presentation that shows every little aspect of that eSAP process, the Electronic Simplified Application Process. It's under the Training tab. Clear down at the bottom of the page, it'll say Electronic Simplified Application Process. Just click on that, and there's like 58 slides. But I mean, it's very detailed. It'll tell you everything you ever wanted to know and more about the eSAP process. But real quick, I wanted to talk to you guys about this Ready, Set, Sell. It's our Life Simplified Sales Incentive Contest. And really, guys, this is the richest incentive contest that we've ever put together. It's only for the No Lapse UL and the Gold Series Whole Life products. We're talking about settled or paid applications submitted between February 21st and May 31st. And we will allow 10 business days after the 31st of May for anything to settle. But then that'll be the cutoff. But here's how it works. For an electronic application that comes through, you're going to get 10 points. For a paper application, you get 5. A Juvie app, you'll get a Juvie app via the eSAP process, you'll get 4. And a Juvie app on paper, you get 2 points. So the minimum points is 50 to qualify. But look at what you get. 50 points, you get a $150 Visa card and 2 movie passes. So that's 5 electronic applications. Okay. If you do another 5, we're going to send you. We'll send you the 150, but we'll also send you another $300 Visa card and 2 more movie passes and a $20 Starbucks card. If you do 5 more electronic applications, you win the iPad. If you've already got an iPad, we'll send you $900 and another $20 Starbucks card. So you weren't hearing things. That's exactly the way I explained it. These things are cumulative. So at the end of the period, if you've amassed 150 points, you're going to get 450 on a Visa card. You're going to get the iPad, and you're going to get a $40 Starbucks card and 4 movie passes. So it all combines. It's all cumulative. Plus, it doesn't even stop there. If you keep adding on points, every 5 more points, you're going to get an additional $10 on that Visa card. So, guys, it's quite a contest. We're excited about it. We hope you guys get excited about it. So, your to-do list is to, get with Rick, talk about, get on that producer site and get all the details. Review your client lists and potential referral lists, and get out there and sell.
Okay, thanks, Rob. That's quite a bit of prizes there for just 15 apps. So
no kidding.
Anybody who needs any help getting up and running, we have the resources available. So go ahead and give us a call. I'll put the number back up here as we wrap it up. So there we go. So thanks everybody for attending today, and thank you very much, Luke and Rob, for that presentation. And with that, we'll sign off, and everybody have a great day. Thanks for spending part of your morning with us.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.